Hello everybody. Welcome back to the farm. It is a gorgeous day out here. Isn't that right, Bella? Hi, Bella. This is Bella, our 3-month-old German Shepherd who just joined us at the farm this week. She and her sister Trinity are making quick friends. And now let's go check out and see what Dragon is up to. Come on, girls. Dragon is outside today behind the barns. He is working on the frame of a greenhouse that was given to us by our neighbor next door. They didn't have any use for it and asked us if we wanted it, and we said absolutely. So today's project is going to be all about retrofitting this greenhouse so that it is usable for us and our needs. We have a grow light system already set up inside that is at capacity. A lot of those seeds that we've planted in there are ready to be transitioned outside and start to slowly get used to the outdoor climate. And the best way to do that is to put them inside of a cold frame, which we will be doing here. So Dragon is going to take over and give us a little bit more. We're ready, Dragon.
So now I've been just, there was a bunch of rusty screws everywhere. So I've been just slowly taking them off so we can put a plastic on. We are not sure if we're gonna do sheets of plastic for each panel or just do a one continuous sheet over it. So I'm just trying to shave down any sharp edges, any old rusty screws, anything that will be potentially ripping the plastic in case we put the once we put the plastic on. I think I got most of them done.
You know the dimensions on this?
6 by 8. It's a 6 feet deep and 8 feet wide. And it is, right now it's 5 feet tall. In the roof pitch, so we would like to raise it up for about maybe 2-3 feet. Let's see, to build a frame to get it up higher so we can comfortably walk in and do whatever we need to do. So our frame was quite full of these these rusty screws like this. I believe this had a greenhouse, like plexiglass plastic on it, and those were holding that plexiglass plastic. But I don't know how old this is. This is probably 20, 30, if not even older years old. There was no plexiglass on it. There's some remnants of it in the random spots of broken pieces, but there was no plastic on it. So those basically were the screws that I've taken off throughout. I think I got most of them out, and now we're gonna start working on the frame to lift the greenhouse up.
Here's where we are so far with the build of retrofitting this greenhouse. I guess I should be calling it a cold frame.
It's a greenhouse. We're going to use it as a greenhouse. In the winter, it's going to be a cold frame. In the summertime, it's going to be a greenhouse.
So what's the difference for people wondering or people who use them interchangeably?
So greenhouse is the heated area outside, usually plastic or what did I call it? Plexiglass walls, but it has it's temperature controlled, so that's the greenhouse. Cold frame is not temperature controlled. But if you have it covered with plastic or with a plexiglass, you will gain about between 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit compared to the outside temperatures. That's why cold frame or greenhouse get quite hot if the temperatures are in like 70s and 80s. You can reach up to 100 degrees in them. So need to have a proper ventilation. So here's where we are so far. We decided to go with about 30 inches. This is 30 inches posts from some scrap wood that we had around the farm here. So now we can comfortably walk in. We have about 5 foot height at the end and about, I think, 8 foot height right here at the ceiling, at the roof point. We're gonna still add 2 more posts right here and a door frame that we can open and close. And then we're going to add a U-shape shelf here on the bottom. We're going to use these posts that we have to rest our shelf for seedlings. We might even potentially do a hanging shelf right here, which is almost about 3 feet off from this shelf, that we can put more seedlings here up top. You just need to be careful because they're going to be close to plastic, not to get them too hot. But yeah, I love it so far where we at. Now we need to get on building the end cap and the door frame, so to get to that. So let's get to it.
Here's what we've accomplished so far. We went through and added a little more support here, this top railing, as well as the bottom here on both sides to give it some more stability on the front. We then took those same 3x3 boards that are in the corners and added a couple more, one here and one here on either side, to give that front part of the frame some more stabilization as well. And then the last thing we have added now is a frame for the door that Dragon just built.
And nothing is screwed in yet. This is just roughly how it's going to look. We're going to assemble it fully on the spot where we want to put it out in front of the raised bed garden. But so far it's coming along nicely, I think.
Yeah, we saw one at Costco a couple weeks ago, and it was about this size, right?
Yep.
I remember walking into it and it just...
$2,400, I think.
Yeah, it felt spacious, but it was, pricey, but depending on what you have available, materials and labor and skills, whether you can do it yourself, for some people that might be an option.
Well, not everybody has a neighbor who gives them a old greenhouse frame, so.
And not everybody has a husband who, just gets to work.
But
Know
yeah,
what I mean?
No idea. Tell me about your husband. So shelves. I think next we're probably going to take it to the spot and maybe screw it in.
Yeah, secure the
Top frame.
top frame to the...
Top frame and a door frame, and get it squared in. Need to see if I have the right screws that I can get through this.
Watch the face.
All right, let's take everything to the front.
All right, let's get the girls. They're going to help us, right?
Oh, right. Right. All right, let's get to work. Time to wrap up first day of greenhouse rebuild. Here's where we're at right now. We got frame outside. It is not secured to the ground, but we'll do that with the rebars later on. Probably put a couple of rebars on the bottoms and secure that. But we have the frame, top frame secured to the bottom frame with the screws right here. We went all the way around and secure that completely. And then the door frame is in. That's also secured. So now entire structure is one cohesive piece. We also started on the back end putting up the plastic. It would be much easier to do with plexiglass, but it will probably cost us 5 to 6 times more. So here's what we're gonna do. We are cutting thin strips of wood that we have in our shed and fastening the plastic with it. It's nice and tight and looks good. Tomorrow we're gonna work on covering the top. That's gonna be one continuous sheet of plastic from this side to the other side, and that will take care of that. We are also planning on leaving those windows as functioning windows. So we're gonna have to cut out the hole there. Obviously doors are gonna be able to open and close the doors. But on this side, Kevin, if you can swing around for a second. So this here, we're gonna make a, I guess, flap, for lack of a better word, that you can, when it's cold, you can flap it in and close it. So we're just gonna do a rectangle frame here and fasten this plastic to it. When you close it in, this will stay down, and on a hot day, we wanna be able to open this all the way up so air can flow nicely and keep the greenhouse nice and somewhat cool. Anything else, Kevin?
No, I think that's pretty much it for now. I
Yeah,
mean,
tomorrow is going to be a big day to try to finish up as much as we can. It will probably take 2 more days because it's all custom cuts of the wood pieces, measuring, cutting, and all that. So it will be a long video. So be patient with us and stay tuned.
we're back at the project again, already making some progress. We had to take a couple days off. We had some crazy winds that just prevented us from getting out here and working with this tarp. But so far we have gone and secured, well, started to secure the biggest piece of it over the top. That's one continuous roll that we did from one side all the way over to the other. And again, just using kind of homemade batten strips, really, out of wood, reclaimed wood pieces that Dragon has been cutting down to fit, to secure the plastic right onto that aluminum frame. Inside, it's already starting to look and feel like a greenhouse. You step in here and get that immediate warmth that kind of starts to hit you right away. What are you thinking so far, Dragon?
I love it. I think it's going to work out. What do you think?
I think I agree. I think there's a lot more work to be done still to secure it.
Definitely going to help us out getting all the seedlings hardened off and good head start for next year or two till we get a much bigger and heated greenhouse in the future. So.
Yep. All right, we're gonna let you guys see us work because we got quite a bit of it to do. Really nice now. See it coming together. This back end, you can see that the plastic is a little more smooth because that's been sitting there for a couple days. So the sun has had a chance to hit it. All of these wrinkles and imperfections will not exist once the plastic gets a chance to heat up here. One side is mostly now battened down. starting to cut off the excess along the back. And now we just need to get over to working on the opposite side of the greenhouse.
Cut.
This is a continuation. There doesn't need to be any intro.
So here we are. Quick update. We fastened the plastic 3/4 down to the. Let's go outside. Sorry. We fastened the plastic 3/4 down. We still have to fasten it down to the floorboards and do the front side and the door, but we decided to take a break and do the shelving inside. So we're gonna have a U-shape shelf here. This is 31 inches wide. Reason why it's 31 inches wide, most of your seed trays are 20 to 21 inches long, so you can put one seed tray this way and one long way to maximize the space for the grow space. And this here we're gonna have 20 inches. What did we say? 30? We're still gonna do the 31. So you can do the same thing here, and potentially a hanging shelf, or maybe just a 10 or 20 inch wide, so we can do another layer of greens up here. So this is where we are now. We'll cut some planks. We were thinking about doing the chicken wire or hardware cloth on this, but we have so much scrap wood in the back, so why waste the money on a hardware cloth when we can use what we have in the bar and utilize all that scrap wood that we have. So that's where we are now. So let's get to it.
We're nearing the end of another day of work, and the greenhouse is probably a good 90%-ish complete right now. I think Dragon just said 80%, so we'll go with his figures. But you can see it's completely wrapped all the way around now, except for the front door. We secured the top with just some nylon cord here. Paracord is what it's called, paracord. Paracord had a lot of that left from a previous gardening project. And the back is done. Dragon's not here to help me lift up the base. He's here, but you know, taking a little break with the dogs. Gonna show you how he decided to engineer the back of this for some airflow. Oh, maybe we'll leave that for the reveal. Here we go. So we need to get hinges for this, but there's a little door, there's a flap there, so we'll be able to lift that up, kind of up this way.
Something like that.
And that'll give some extra ventilation inside. On and around the back, as everybody saw earlier. This is now completely done here. Look at that beautiful sunset. Just take that in for a minute. On the front, we still have to do the door. Still have to secure the bottom on both sides of the door, and then secure just this little piece above. Inside, we decided to drop in this little permeable purple fabric here. Our purple mattress actually came wrapped in this, so if you are a purple mattress owner, you might be like, I think I recognize that thing. But water can easily seep through this. We're going to be dropping some wood chips in here on top of this to help secure it down, and then the water can just roll right down through that. These are where the tables are going to be finished being built with wood planks for the seed trays to sit on. Another one that needs to go across the back here, but very pleased with all of the progress that we made here today on day 2 of working on this. The last little bit of stuff is a little more meticulous, but if anybody knows meticulous, it's this guy.
This is old Kevin.
Nope.
It's, just a guy with the screws. He's like, do this,
Right.
here. That's all I do all day.
Just focus on that beautiful sunset back there if you don't want to believe this.
Yes, indeed.
All right, one more day, yeah?
One more day.
Yeah.
We have to get the hinges and build the door. So that's the big project for tomorrow.
All right, we'll see. Maybe we'll catch the sunrise tomorrow.
All right. Highly unlikely. Kevin sleeps through sunrise every morning, so.
Oh, we'll edit that part out. Let's just say we didn't quite make it out the house at sunrise this morning. But the sun is shining. It's a new day. Time to button up this project. Hi, girls. Hi, Bella. Hey, Bella Beans. Hi, Trinity Kane. We did manage to get to Walmart last night, however, to grab a couple of things that we needed, such as, let's see here. We got some hinges for the doors. We also got some locks, and we got this temperature gauge, which is sitting inside the truck. I left it there, so the gauge is going to go inside the greenhouse so we can kind of monitor what's going on. Also supposed to check humidity as well, so we'll get that set up. Greenhouse is there waiting, beckoning our call. Dragon is, I think, in the barn in the workshop, so we'll go find him. What are we measuring now?
We are making the door for the greenhouse. So, half of 1 5/8, Kevin.
You asking me to do math?
Yes.
We all know how that turns out. Here we are at another little milestone by having the door completed. This is a homemade frame that Dragon made. These are the hinges that I referenced earlier that we went and bought from Walmart last night. Also have a latch right here just to secure the door closed, and a homemade pull to open the door. So now unlatch, swing it on open, and voila, a working door. Well, Dragon, how's it going?
Almost there.
What's next?
See can finish up the plastic in the bottom, back. You gotta put the hinges in the back opening. That's it, and then do the shelving inside. So
All right, let's get to that then.
let's get to it. All right, it's time for the reveal. This is our actually second time doing this video. First time our audio just did not work for the first video, so we're doing this for a second time. But anyhow, let's check out the greenhouse complete. So we installed a nice door latch here, door handle. Inside is all complete. We have floor mulched up, U-shaped shelf built. One thing that we decided not to do last minute is the window openings. It was just too complicated to do it with plastic like this, to have the windows open and close. So we decided to have that back opening, which we showed you before. But shelves are all done. Shelves are 31 inches long, and the reason why it's most of your seed traces up there about 21, 22 inches long and about 10 and a half or 11 inches wide, so you can easily put as you can see right here. Actually, we have these. We can sort of show them this here as well. So you can easily put long way and a sideways one, and have quite a good amount of space to put stuff around. Temperature in the greenhouse stays about 20 to 25 degrees. 65 now, it's almost 90. We have everything closed in, so it's almost 90 degrees here. We already moved some of the stuff in. We already planted some of the stuff in our raised beds, which is going to be another video for you guys that is coming up. But this is some of the seedlings that we started here for the market gardening for us. So that's our small greenhouse. It is, like I mentioned before, about 48 square feet. It is small but very functional. We try to make it as functional as we can. It's gonna be a huge help for our seedlings that we start. We have inside the house and the window seals and our grow light shelf. It will definitely help us out to spread out more, and as you can see, we can probably have close to 20 or 30 trays inside. Let's do a full loop on outside. I'm not sure if we did this one earlier already. Back is fully open for nice airflow.
We mentioned previously talking about just kind of the imperfections in the plastic too, with all the wrinkles that were there, but as the sun is hitting it, those are disappearing. Trinity and Bella are enjoying this obstacle course out here. That brings us to the end of this video. We thank everybody for watching, and we thank you also too for sticking out and watching all the way through to the end. We know this was one of our longer projects, as our multi-day projects tend to be, but we are thrilled to have this greenhouse here for us now, as Dragon mentioned earlier, and you see we're already putting it to good use.
Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next video.
See you guys soon. Stay safe out there.